The 805 Focus is brought to you in part by Nonprofit Connect. Nonprofit Connect provides superior leadership tools and resources so nonprofit leaders and board members can make valuable decisions to move their organization forward to a sustainable and vibrant future. More information on services online at nonprofitconnect.org.
Focus. I'm Dr. Cinder Sinclair with Nonprofit Connect, and we will be bringing you the latest on your favorite nonprofits. So get ready to be inspired. Our special guest today is Dean Noble, and Dean is Executive Director of Elings Park. Welcome.
Thank you, Cinder. It's fun to be here.
Thanks so much for being here,
Oh,
Dean.
sure.
Yeah, so every time I go to Elings or look at your website or talk to somebody about what's going on, my head is spinning. You folks are doing so many things, and you have for so long, and so I can hardly wait to hear more about what's happening at Elings.
Well, I'll tell you, we've worked hard to stay open throughout all of quarantine. It's
Gosh, that was not easy.
Our outdoor spaces have been a real silver lining.
Oh.
Our softball program is booming. Record 75 teams, over 1,000 players. And we've got people out walking dogs, playing frisbee, mountain biking is taking off, hiking is taking off. And we've also been blessed to have a lot of cultural organizations. For a while there they couldn't perform inside. And so we've had the opera, we've had ballet, we had a Baroque ensemble. We started up in conjunction with On Fuego Events, a unique family concert series, Friday nights. It's called Evenings at Elings. Bring your soccer ball, bring your blankets. We'll bring you some great music and some fine edibles and some great things to drink. So the concert series have really taken off. But what's most remarkable about the park is, first and foremost, a lot of people don't know we are a private nonprofit, not unlike the Santa Barbara Zoo or the Botanic Garden or the Museum of Natural History. We're not really technically a public park. We don't get any funds from local tax dollars whatsoever. But what's really unique is that the park is 230 acres. So to put that in perspective, Disneyland, with the extension of the Star Wars Galaxy area, is 100 acres.
Oh, golly.
So we are more than twice the size of Disneyland, right there in the Santa Barbara Mesa, which has, for my money, some of the best sunset views in all of Central California.
So Elings Park, I've always thought about it as being so unusual because it's a public-private partnership.
Yeah.
So it's private in the sense that you get donations, it's a nonprofit and all that. But public in the sense, does the county
Good
own
question.
the land, or how does that work?
So 90 acres, where our athletic fields are, that we lease from the city. And a big chunk of that used to be the town dump.
Oh, gosh.
This was one of the first major greenscapes in the country. The other side is owned by the Elings Park Foundation. That's where the hiking, the mountain biking, the paragliding is. Yeah.
I get it. That's just quite unique.
Well, if folks haven't been lately, we invite you to come. There are some wonderful 20-minute family hikes, and we have learned, not just through the pandemic, but science is really now able to measure the tangible benefits of just being outside, Cinder, for 15 or 20 minutes a day. It's remarkable. The Surgeon General has even gone on record with the benefits of being outside for a 20-minute walk every day.
Yeah.
So Elings is right in town. We've got some brand new refurbished restrooms. Our road is newly redone. Our sidewalks are newly redone. We've got some new grills there. So please, come get your time outside.
So these softball games you were talking about, are they adults, kids, both?
Good question. We do tournaments for young people on the weekends, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday evenings, we have men's, women's, co-eds, and seniors.
Oh, gosh.
And we do 3 leagues that we produce, for lack of a better word, per year. And this year we've set attendance records. We have more than 1,000 players coming to Elings Park to play softball, enjoy the camaraderie. You can have a beer at Elings Park because we're a private park.
Ah, there you go. Benefit.
And there are a lot of people out there, Cinder, who live for softball. You know, people call football America's sport. No, I don't think so. Softball is America's sport.
Wow. So let's say a person wants to find out more about all the things going on there, or they like the softball. They want to know, oh, when can I show up? When is it going to happen?
Sure.
They can go on your website.
Everything from booking paraglider lessons. We have the oldest continuously operated paraglider training hill in North America.
Paragliding lessons.
Everything from registering for paragliding lessons to our dog program. The park is free and open to all people, but if you're a dog, we want a membership. We want to make sure you've got your county license and you've got all your shots.
And things.
Or if you want to get married in our beautiful oak groves with sweeping views of not just the harbor and the city, but the Pacific Ocean as well. Or if you want to come see the ballet or the opera, we have some money for a Shakespeare festival that we're going to be doing in conjunction with Dr. John Blondell of Westmont. That'll kick in next year, so go to elingspark.org.
Gosh. And so all these different things, they all happen outside.
They all happen outside, Cinder. And especially for parents with children, there's a higher comfort level just getting your family outside for a concert. And this is fascinating. Sports like BMX and tennis were declining a bit, and they've come roaring back, as has our radio-controlled car track. That's really bumping.
Radio-controlled
car track. I'm told we have one of the best in the West. So we have races every the second and fourth Saturday of every month. There's generally a race at our Pacific Coast Raceway, and then we also have a radio-controlled airplane club. They're an interesting bunch. If you want to measure IQs, go over to the radio-controlled airplane club. They're a lot of fun.
And so, are those the car and the airplane people, are they usually adults or kids or combination?
There's a combination. We've gotten a real infusion of youth with the airplanes. It had been a pretty older crowd, but that's been changing. And then for the cars, I've seen people out there racing competitive from ages 15 to 75. It's a really diverse group.
So let's say a person wants to go out there and ride their mountain bike.
Yes.
Do they have to have like a membership or pay us something or do
please.
this?
As a matter of fact, we just got a six-figure grant from the Trek Mountain Bike Foundation. And so we are working with the Sage Trail Alliance to take all of our trails, which are pretty good, but up to outstanding. And so that work has just begun. And I think our specialty for mountain bikes is family friendly. I'm told by avid mountain bikers that a lot of our trails in the backcountry can be pretty steep. But for Elings Park, you can come in through our neighborhood gates, either Calle Mantilla or Calle Andalucia, or down at our main gate off Las Positas. And once you get up to the top of our bluff, it's flat. So again, with great views of the Channel Islands, beautiful sunsets, and you can bike around and watch our paragliders take off and land. It's a lot of fun.
What fun is that?
Yeah.
Gosh. So I bet that you might have a story or two that you could share with us about.
Well, I can tell you our summer camp is booming, and we do a lot of scholarships. And for kids who, especially during quarantine, were stuck inside apartments, Elings has been, I think, even better than Disneyland. You know, they fly kites, they do slip and slides. We play capture the flag. You know, they have 230 gorgeous acres to run around on. And we really do our best to keep the tempo of our camps low key. Board games, time at the playground, time for making friends. And the kids love it. And we do all of our scholarships to the Police Activities League. And I think we're one of the first to sell out. We're in high demand for kids.
Oh, wait, say that again, with the Police Activities League and the scholarship.
Yeah, if you want a scholarship to our summer camp, you can go to the police.
To the summer camp.
To the summer camp, then you can go to our Police Activities League.
So the summer camp is for all ages?
Ages 4 to 12.
4 to 12.
We also do a BMX camp, which is a lot of fun. And then we also have a tennis camp for kids as well.
Okay, and so they just, it's a day camp.
It is a day camp,
Okay.
absolutely. And we hope to have opera back when things warm up. And that was our first concert out the gate. And I really want to thank Opera Santa Barbara. I'll tell you, just being out there, you know, our amphitheater up at the top seats about 200. And it was glorious to hear live music up there.
I was wondering, I was trying to imagine how you would do opera outside, but I forgot about the amphitheater.
There's the amphitheater at the top where we do a lot of our weddings, yeah.
Oh, that's just perfect. Yeah, that Opera Santa Barbara, they have quite the program.
They have a wonderful, wonderful program. And so next year we're looking at doing Shakespeare in the Park. Of course, Midsummer Night's Dream is probably what we'll start out with, but I hope to take the program and make it even more adventurous. And the plan from Dr. John Blondell, which is subject to change, but was to move around from one area of the park to another so that the audience would follow the characters.
Oh my gosh.
Through the play, yeah. So
That's
you could be
brilliant.
on the grass or up under the trees or in the amphitheater or out on our deck where we do a lot of our weddings as well.
Gosh. And so I guess the word gets out there, and because lots and lots and lots of people are coming your way.
And dogs too. So we
And
have
dogs.
our Elings Park Dog Owners Group. So once upon a time, back when the park first opened, from what I can tell from the archives, the park was kind of overwhelmed by dogs, which the softball players and soccer players did not like. So kind of a membership club was created for the dog owners.
Oh.
And so it's a co-op, so we need people to pay in. It's $135 per year, but the dogs have access to all 230 acres.
Oh.
If they want the hiking trails or if they want to be on the soccer fields, dogs need to have their proof of insurance, their proof of license, and the dog owners have to sign an agreement to behave reasonably as well. So if you are looking for a unique holiday gift for somebody that's got a puppy, come to Elings Park.
That is a great idea.
Yeah, so we have everything from, we've got like a Weimaraner group, and then we've kind of got what I call the Chihuahua Mafia, and we have a lot of the high energy dogs show up maybe twice a day, the Aussies, the Border Collies, the Pointers. But I think, you know, the people say it's for the dogs, but you usually see all the people over there gossiping under a tree, seeing their friends, watching the sun go down.
I just
it's just
love
very
it.
sweet, yeah.
Gee, well, and you folks have been making some improvements too. I mean,
yes, we are in the middle of a capital campaign, and we've redone our roads, redone our sidewalks, redone our grills, our restrooms down at our softball fields and up at our soccer fields have new fixtures and are all touchless. Next up is our tennis center. We'll be working on our playground as well, and we want to get some new turf out on all of our fields. So not particularly doing anything new, Cinder, just taking a lot of our infrastructure, which was built in the 80s, which was really built to last. It's held up pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's time for it to come up into the 21st century. One of the most unusual things, Cinder, is the wildlife we are able to attract right in the middle of the city. And we've had two gentlemen associated with the Audubon document 141 different bird species.
oh man.
And we've planted 2 years ago 80 trees, and we will probably get another 200 in the ground this year. And I hope to get another 100 in the ground next year. Coast live oaks and island oaks.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are such good stewards.
Well, we're doing what we
that
can.
land.
Yeah, we're doing what we can to benefit our neighbors. Oaks are champions at removing CO2 from the environment, but they are also really the queens of the ecosystem. The birds rely on them, the lizards rely on them, the insects rely on them, the small mammals rely on them. So as we get more oaks in the ground, we expect to see more creatures running around Elings Park.
That's exciting.
And again, right there in the middle of the mesa, surrounded by houses on all sides.
Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, I sure hope that folks go out there and also visit your website and find out all the things they can do.
Well, the big picture, Cinder, is we want to be to Santa Barbara what Central Park is to New York, or Golden Gate Park is to the Bay Area, or Balboa Park is to San Diego.
We are so fortunate to have Elings Park right in our neighborhood.
Come walk around some evening. It's just absolutely beautiful. A lot of folks, Cinder, just know us for weddings or graduations or memorials of life, but don't really know about our athletic programs. Others just know us for athletic programs, but don't realize the arts programs we have as well. So it's a matter of me feeling sometimes like the mayor of a very small town,
I bet.
trying to get everybody to work together to create a fabulous park. And so far, we have been.
So, do you have any statistics or guess or something about how many people actually go?
We probably
there?
have, yeah, our best guess is over 200,000 visits per year.
Oh, wow.
And there are a lot of folks in the neighborhood who will come hiking or running or mountain biking twice a day. And if we don't get those gates open on time, I hear about it.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
And there's tremendous stewardship for the park when we have people out trimming the trees or raising the canopies of our trees. I get calls, what are you doing? Are you taking the trees down?
So
are you going to impact the view?
people are paying attention.
People are paying attention. There's a tremendous affinity for the park. And there are folks who have grown up in the Mesa neighborhood who still remember when it was a dump, and then the glory and the benefit of what it became when it opened up as a park.
And so, has Virgil Elings always been involved with that?
Good question. No, I think he first became a prime benefactor, and the park was named after him 10 or 15 years ago. Before that, it was called Las Positas Park.
That's right.
And then Las Positas Friendship Park.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that we also operate the tennis center that's on Las Positas.
Oh, really?
As well, yes.
I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. So that's another.
It's a big footprint. There's a lot going on in Elings Park. Yeah.
Boy, you are a busy guy.
Well, another exciting thing is, the new Las Positas multimodal pathway, the new bike path, is set to open soon. And they were just bringing in a bridge. A big crane was there bringing in a pre-made bridge so that folks will be able to go from the peak bluffs of Elings Park and hike or bike or walk down, cross at a new traffic lights and a new crosswalk at Las Positas, go over to a bridge into the Arroyo Burro open space, and from there can meander over to Hendry's Beach, and then on up if they want to the Douglas Family Preserve.
Wow.
So it's turning into a real wonderful, I don't know what you'd call that, necklace of green parks.
That is
down
a
at the
big
end of the
deal.
Royal Borough open space, yeah.
I've ridden my bike, of course, on Las Positas and watching them do that new bike path and all, and wondering when in the world they're going to get done and what's it going to be like and all. Gee. And here you are right in the middle of it.
So are you going to come paragliding with me sometime?
Oh, sure.
Can we put some GoPros on our helmets? Okay,
Yeah,
I'll hold you to it. That would be fun. Your husband would allow you?
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun. Gosh. Well, okay. We have a couple minutes left.
Okay.
So what else would you like for our audience to know about Elings Park?
Well, again, it's unusual. For me, what always strikes me, Cinder, is in just about any other community, this Ocean View property would have ended up as houses or condos, a shopping center, and the fact that somehow, through the vision of many people who are no longer with us anymore, it has become a gift really to the entire public. And Cinder, parks, I think, have made a bit of a comeback. They're more on our society's radars through COVID, post-COVID, in a way that they haven't been in a long time. And one of the overall benefits of parks is they are a gathering place for everybody. And one of my favorite things to do is to take a late afternoon walk about 4:30, and I'll start up on our soccer fields, and there will be Pee Wee football. The Saints went undefeated this year and got to go play in SoFi Stadium. Girls lacrosse, we have one girls lacrosse team. Mission lacrosse, 2 boys lacrosse teams. Rugby, men's rugby, women's rugby, seniors rugby.
Oh, man.
The dog walkers are out there. And then if you go down over to the softball fields, you may bump into a drum circle or kids playing on, we've got a AstroTurf sliding hill, or kids playing on our playground. And then over the softball field, we, in the late afternoon, because the demand for field space is tremendous in Santa Barbara. We'll have a lot of our AYSO teams.
Oh, mhm.
They'll start and they'll go from say 3:30 to 6, and then that 6 the changeover happens. The softball players come in and they go right until 10 o'clock at night. So we are busy, 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 busy. And the joy of my job is to be able to just kind of walk anonymously through all of these smiling people. You smell the grass, you smell the dirt, you hear the kids laughing, you hear the coaches barking.
Gosh.
And God bless all the coaches out there who take time out, leave work early to come work with their kids and their teams. So it's just a real small slice of heaven. And once that pathway gets opened up along Las Positas, as I understand it, it's based on a bike path plan from 1974.
Oh, golly.
It's really going to revolutionize that whole area. It's going to be a super benefit for people from Santa Barbara. And I imagine folks loading mountain bikes onto the tops of their cars and coming up from LA just to bike around Elings Park and down to Hendry's Beach.
Gosh. Dean, what a gift.
Please come visit. I'm going to hold you to the paragliding center.
Yeah, thank you so much for shepherding all of this on our behalf.
It's a treat. It's good karma for the park. It's really been coming back up. It's much more higher priority than it has ever been, or at least in decades.
Gosh, that is great. Well, thank you for being on our show and
my
telling
pleasure,
your wonderful story.
Anytime.
And thank you for joining us on 805 Focus, and we'll see you next time.